With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every heartbeat I will love you. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every heartbeat I will love you. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every breath, with every breath, with every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every heartbeat I will love you. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear. With every breath, with every breath, with every breath, with every breath, with every ounce of my strength, with every strained nerve, I swear I will find you.
Morpheus and Thanatos, or the death of a dream. With every breath, with every breath, with every step I take, with every second that passes, with every drop of sweat, with every bit of courage I bear, with every heartbeat I will love you. With every ounce of my strength, sang Christine's handsome dream beau. She saw him a lot in her dreams. In the garden of her dreams she was lost to him. She was as much in love with this dream man as this dream man was in love with her. With every strained nerve, I swear I will find you. The dream told her she wished it was possible he was only a dream, not a real man. She woke up in a cold sweat, not wanting to have woken up. But the alarm in her room had woken her up, and she had an appointment in the morning. All she could do was hope to dream of him again. "Adam, you look happy," said her dream man's master, the king of the dreamscape, to the dream. "I met an angel," said Adam. "A dream?" asked the king. "No, a dreamer," said Adam. "Not good falling for a dreamer, you can't be together," said the king. Adam was sad. He knew he couldn't live with her as he wanted to as a man. All he'd ever be to her is a dream. He met her again as a reoccurring dream. Adam felt sad they were close yet would always be kept apart by the fact he was merely a dream and in another plane of existence. Then everything changed. One day he took a chance. It changed everything. He saw his master who lived in the real world returning home. With his heart in his mouth, he quietly followed his master into a dream portal to the real world. His master didn't catch him. His master was gone. Adam found himself in the bright light of day in a strange real place. He'd escaped the dreamscape. He felt elated. A while later he realized he was cold and hungry and needed food and shelter. Years later he had a job and a home and no idea where his love was. He had not given up on finding her. Lando is in a bad mood again. Lance, why do you torment him so? Lance, you know he'll sack you one day, said Sandy, who worked with Lance with their editor-in-chief Lando King, Adam, in his new life. He hasn't the guts to fire me, said Lance, laughing. Sandy frowned. Later, while Lance visited Lando's office. Knock. Knock, said a goth-looking teenage boy, tapping on the glass door of Lando's office. Lando looked at him as if he was weird. Who is that? Asked Lando. Lance opened the door and let the boy in and closed the door after him. Hello, Junior, said Lance to the boy. Who is that, Dracula Jr.? Asked Lando. No, he's my son Junior, Lance said. Same thing, Lando said coldly. Lance glared at Lando. What brings you here, boy? Asked Lance. Granddad, said Junior, looking at a man in black on the other side of the closed door. Oh, so the King of Darkness is here too, said Lando, seeing the man walking into the office. The man frowned at him. What do you want, Mortimer? Asked Lando when the man had closed the door. Go write an editorial, King, snapped the man in black. Haven't you got corpses to judge? Snapped back Lando. Blake Alexander Drax laughed grimly. What brings the Lord of the Dead to my office? Asked Lando. A letter from hell, said Blake, the king of the Grim Reapers. What? Said Lando, perplexed. Blake straightened his glasses, which weren't falling off. It was a habit of his when he wore glasses, which he did sporadically. Then why are you coming to me? Asked Lando. The police sent me to ask you who Paracelsus Drax was. He foretold a man's death, said the local coroner Blake. Oh, so the police noticed it too, said Lando. It was hard not to notice, said Blake. Lance looked nervous, as he hadn't got it till not long ago. Junior squirmed as he realized that the police thought he was a murderer. He had a vision of death and posted a warning in the paper. Are you two all right? Asked Blake, seeing they were unnerved. Lance looked at his son. Junior? Said Lance. Junior disappeared in a black cloud and he was gone. What's with the black cloud? Asked Lando, more surprised by the black cloud than the boy disappearing into thin air. He's become a bit gothic and dramatic, said Lance offhandedly. Funny, I didn't notice. He just looks like one of his family, said Lando. Ha. 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 Lance said humorlessly. Blake rolled his eyes. Junior is a teenager. He's having emotional problems, Blake said. I thought he was the Prince of Darkness, being your son and grandson? Said Lando, laughing. Blake said, offended. Why would our being Reapers make him a goth? Asked Lance. What would the child of a serial killer and grandson of the Angel of Death be like? Mr. Happy? Said Lando, smiling darkly, knowing he hit a nerve. I am not the Angel of Death, snapped Blake. Serial killer? Snapped Lance, offended too. I hear you are a banshee. At your hospital they call you Dr. Death, said Lando, trying to bait Blake more. Silence. A voice in the room said. What the hell? Who, how? Oh, she's one of you, said Lando, who felt as if his mind was being manipulated. I am the Enchantress, said the owner of the voice, materializing. One of them, Lando said. Hello, handsome, said the Enchantress, seeing Lando, recognizing her. His heart raced. Not him, girl, said Lance. Don't worry, Lance, she's not my type. I'm not a cradle snatcher, said the 23-year-old Lando. She was 18. Welcome to hell? Blake said, glaring at his granddaughter, who he knew was fated to be Lando's wife when she was older. It always disturbed Blake, the knowledge. She's a bit of a flirt, said Lance, wishing she wasn't. Chris, why are you here to romance the Antichrist? Asked Blake. No, I was sent here by Uncle Tempest, said the Enchantress. Chris? Wait, your brother is Tempest, you're his daughter Christine, said Lando, wheels turning in his head. Oh my God. What did Tempest want? Asked Blake. He told me to stop you from arguing. He didn't say how or why, said the enchantress. The meddler. He's playing matchmaker now, said Blake. He said Mr. King was winding you up and something about a fixed point in time, whatever that is, said Christine, admiring Lando. He would bring up that fixed point thing, Blake said, frustrated. Well, you stopped arguing, Christine said. Can't expect well-adjusted sign from you too, said Lando, realizing he was being too obviously in love with her. Hey, snapped Christine, looking rather offended. Lando felt sad to hurt her. It was dark and stormy, a hot and humid night, so Christine Alexander could hardly sleep. The rain fell, and the sky cracked, booming with thunder, and glowing with lightning. She eventually fell asleep for a short time. When she slept, she saw him. He was charming and handsome, she liked him. He was a superhero like herself, her heart was lost. Then thunder struck so loudly it awoke her. The dream came to an end, she thought. Later that day, she met him again. Only she was awake this time. He wandered onto a crime scene she was on with her superhero father, the enchanter. Who are you? Asked his uncle, the man in charge of the crime scene. Claire de Lune, said the silver-clad strange magician. No, that's a tune, said her grandfather, the local coroner. That's what they call me. My name is actually Sinclair de Lune, said the stranger. He then noticed Christine. Hello, what is your name, my dear? Asked Claire. Don't encourage her, her father said. Encourage her? Said Claire, puzzled. Later, her father went to his day job as a reporter at a local newspaper. How is Christine? Asked his boss, her partner. She's found a new man, said Lance Alexander, her father not sure if it was a good thing finding a new man. He didn't like her last man. Oh, who is he? Asked Lando, who wasn't sure she really liked the other guy. Sinclair de Lune, said Lance. He doesn't sound real, said Lando. Yes, that's true, but he is, said her father. What's wrong? You're acting as if you trust him less than you trust me, said Lando. He seems unreal, said Lance. The name? Asked Lando. No, I can't read his mind, said Lance. Is he dead? Asked Lando. No, he is not alive either, said Lance. Is he enchanted? Asked Lando. Possibly, Lance said. She admitted to seeing him in a dream. They never met before, and he doesn't exist. I looked him up everywhere. I think we should investigate him, said Lando. I think we need to talk to one Iromancer, Lance said. Who's he? Lando asked. Daniel Sandman, said Lance. Him. What's an Wondermancer? Asked Lando. Dream Wizard, answered Lance. I wondered what he was? Said Lando. He's the Sandman, Lance said. Yeah, that's his article here, said Lando. No, he is the real Sandman, said Lance. I'll call him in, said Lando. Okay, said Lance. Sandman, my office now, you lazy slacker, shouted Lando. In the office ran a man in a suit. What do you need, sir? Asked Sandy. An Wondermancer, said Lando. Sir? Said Sandy, looking at Lance, suspecting he was the one who needed help. Who and what is Sinclair de Lune? Asked Lando. A dream of your daughter's perfect man, said Sandy. I know, I met him, said Lance, looking slightly green thinking of them together. How, he's just a dream, said Sandy, puzzled. No, he's real, Sandy, said Lance. How? Asked Sandy. Oh great, my rival is a dream, said Lando. I think we better find him, said Sandy. Where is he? asked Lando. They found him following the Enchantress Christine around like a puppy dog. "Hi Lando, Dad, and Sandy," said Christine, happy to see them. "Hello, Claire," Sandy said, frowning at him. "Hello, Sandman," said the nervous Dream. "You know Sandy too?" Christine asked. "Yes, Christine," said the Dream. "What, may I ask, are you doing in this world?" asked Sandy. "I don't know," said the Dream. "In this world, is he an alien?" asked Christine. "No, Chris, he's a dream," Lando said. "A dream? You have to be kidding?" said Christine. "No, he's not kidding," Sandy said. "How?" asked Christine. "I just appeared out in a stormy night," said the confused Dream. "Was it the storm?" asked Lando. "No," said Sandy, "he's enchanted." "What happened that night?" asked Lance, not wanting to know. "I went to bed and couldn't sleep much. I must have fallen asleep. I saw him in a dream. The storm woke me. I drew a picture of my dream in my dream diary for my counselor. I ran out of paper, so I tore a page out of my other book," said Christine, looking ashamed. "No, not that book," Lance said. "I think we figured out what happened," said Lando. "Yes," said Sandy. "What happened?" said the clueless Dream. "She drew it on paper from her enchanted notebook, which makes things happen," said Sandy. "She enchanted you, bringing you into this world." "How do we fix it?" asked Christine, realizing her mistake. "I can send him back," said Sandy, and he did. Christine felt sheepish. Lando walked over to her, hugged her, and said, "You don't need your dream man, you have me." She smiled. Months later, Christine and Lando were married and Christine was pregnant. Not long later, Lando's home had a visitor when Christine was out seeing a doctor about their unborn baby. Lando answered the door to find another dreamscape dweller. He knew he was the dream catcher of Sandy the Sandman. The dream catcher looked for dreams that escaped the dreamscape. "Adam, I have come for you and your hybrid baby," the dream catcher said. "No, you can't take the baby. Take me, not the baby," said Lando desperately. "You know I must. There cannot be any dreams or dream children in this world," said the dream catcher, not caring. Lando was horrified to see his non-human, non-dream wife appear beside the dream catcher. "Hi honey, who is our visitor?" she asked. The dream catcher tried to kill her baby. He would have had not Lando killed the dream catcher. "Who was he?" asked Christine, scared. "The dream catcher," said Lando. "Why did he try to kill me? I'm not a dream," asked Christine. "I am, and the baby is a half dream too. He was after it," said Lando, ashamed. They went on the run. Blake, the king of the Grim Reapers, and Sandy, the king of the dreamscape, met in an empty printing room to talk about the death of the dreamcatcher with Lance Sr. "Lance, you cannot kill him. He belongs to my realm. It is my job to punish him," said Sandy, who was livid to have a rogue dream under his nose and he hadn't noticed him. "He's got my daughter," said the angry father of Christine. "She went with him. I saw them when I took the soul off the dream catcher. I didn't know you worked with humans," said Blake. "Only him," said Sandy. "I want to stop him hurting anyone else." "I think Lance is right for the first time," said Blake. "He's safer off dead." "I will send my dream army after him," said Sandy. "I will send my reapers after him too, for you Lance," Blake said. Christine thought the place they would be safest would be with her beloved great-great-grandfather Sapphirus, the most powerful of their race. They visited him in his dressing room at his theater, where he worked as a stage illusionist with his son Valentine. He would never betray them. Or so she thought. He walked into his dressing room. She ran up to hug him. He embraced her as if nothing was wrong. In the room walked Lance Sr. "Thanks for the call, Dad," said Lance to his father Blake, who was a time traveler who had been stuck in a time loop and became his own grandfather. "Run, my love," cried Christine as she and Lando ran out of the room and down the backstage area to the front of house area and down the stairs to the street, chased by Blake and Lance. "You won't escape us, Lando," cried Lance. Lando looked back to see his wife and fell down the steep steps. "No! My love!" screamed Christine as Lando panicking hit the ground hard, breaking his neck. Christine ran to her husband's side and cried. Her father tried to hug her. She pushed him away. She was devastated and angry with them. "Are you happy you got what you wanted? He told me to give you this if he died," she asked them, giving her father a note. It read, "Lost to Morpheus or Thanatos. I am lost, lost in the realm of Morpheus. Brother of Thanatos, the god of death or the god of dreams. Will I ever escape from their realms? Or will I find myself in his brother's realm? Never to wake, never to return from this sleep. In the sleep of death never to rise again. Am I lost to Morpheus or Thanatos?"
I am lost, lost in the realm of Morpheus, brother of Thanatos, the god of death. Will I ever escape from the realms, or will I find myself in his brother's realm? Never to wake, never to return from the sleep, in the sleep of death, never to rise again. Lost in the realm of Morpheus, brother of Thanatos, the god of death. Will I ever escape from the realms, or will I find myself in his brother's realm? Never to wake, never to return from the sleep, in the sleep of death, never to rise again. Brother of Thanatos, the god of death. Will I ever escape from the realms, or will I find myself in his brother's realm? Never to wake, never to return from the sleep, in the sleep of death, never to rise again. In the realm of Morpheus, brother of Thanatos, the god of death. Will I ever escape from the realms, or will I find myself in his brother's realm? Never to wake, never to return from the sleep, in the sleep of death, never to rise again. Am I lost to Morpheus or Thanatos?